Alrighty, so what we have here today is a 1983 Mercury Grand Marquis. I don't know if this is the LS or the GS, but I picked this car up probably about a month ago now in a trade deal. Oh, here's the dash. It's got a brown interior, cloth seats, upholstery up top looks good, got a liner. Now you're probably wondering, why is it painted yellow? Well, it was like that when I got it. And the guy that I got it from painted it yellow because he's a Steelers fan. So, yellow being one of my favorite colors, and this is probably one of my favorite cars that finally now able to get my hands on, I think it looks pretty good. Now, I got this car mainly to have a quote-unquote shitbox to drive. I mean, it's not pretty by any means. It's in decent shape, but it's not pretty. So, I'm going for the stock car look. Or street stock, whatever you want to call it. And the rims that were on it were just the normal Steelies that come with the car, as like always on these Marquis, with the wire hubcap. I didn't want to go with that look, so I got some 15x10 rims and put some 295/50/15 tires on it. These are the Venom Power Grand Am tires I got off of gigatire.com, and it cost me I think about $560, which is not bad. I wanted to go with the Cooper Cobras, but I'm on a tight budget, so I went with these just to get it going, because the original tires are almost 20 years old. So as far as right now, the car needs all new brake lines. So I'm going to put all new brake lines on it. Then it should be ready to go to drive after that. Once I get the brake lines done, then I want to do the exhaust on it. Make it open up a little bit. Then, since this being a yellow and it's a blank canvas, I'm trying to figure out what kind of decals I want to put on it, or paint it, or whatever. Now, thinking about possibly getting rid of the vinyl, but only keeping the vinyl from right here down, just so I can keep the opera light, because I really like the opera lights on these. But if I figure if I get rid of the upholstery up here, or excuse me, the vinyl, take one of these chrome pieces of trim and then come across right here to blend it in. Kind of like what they got going on down here. But then take all the vinyl off and paint to match the rest of the car. Now you can see in the video that the paint job is not the greatest. I mean, it's rough. I kind of like that flat yellow look. Makes it look angry in my opinion. Now, I think I'm going to paint majority of the chrome on here black, except for like the interior. I'm going to leave the interior alone. But everything else, I think I'm just going to paint black. The badges, I think I might leave alone. But the bumpers, I'm going to paint black. The chrome here, I might leave that alone just on the back end here. Might. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, the chrome trim around the wheel wells here. Down low. I could just remove it, however, they're screwed on, so there's going to be holes all along there. And I'd have to put body filler in it. I'm not doing all that. It'd be easier to just paint it black. This is just a rubber adhesive on here. So I'll probably just take that off and then paint that yellow over. But I'm bouncing back and forth between the idea of either doing a two-tone, so like the top half right here being yellow, and then below this be black, or do dual stripes on each side here going across the roof into the back. I don't know yet. I haven't figured it out. And as for the front here, I want to paint the bumper black, the headlight bezel around the headlights here, paint those yellow, and the grill yellow as well. So it's got a 302 small block Ford in it, nothing special. These would either had the 351 Windsor or they would have the 302 small block. Unfortunately, it's not the high output 302, but it's got a really reliable 302 in it. Car has 183,000 miles on it, which it does show underneath. It's got a little bit of rust underneath, but the frame is pretty solid for the most part. Let me see if I can get down here. You can see it's not all too terrible. Oh, that body mount doesn't look the greatest. Ooh, where are we at here? Yeah, that's the main frame. Up there. It does have a oil leak. I haven't figured out if it's engine or transmission because it's it's on the front of the transmission but behind the engine block. So it can either be a leaky output seal in the transmission or input seal in the transmission, or a rear main gasket or rear main seal going out. And then when I drained the oil on this, there was maybe a quarter of a quart left of oil left in the engine. So I gave it an oil change and it ran. I mean, it ran pretty decent. Other than it was sluggish just because it's probably got old gas in it. Guy said he hasn't ran it since January, so I do have fuel treatment right down there when I put in it, when I put some fresh gas in it. But, oh, and another thing too, since these tires stick out a ways, I am gonna have to trim from basically right here where this bends. I'll have to trim just right here coming down because the tire rubs right there. I think I can get away without having to trim outside right here, but it's definitely hitting right in here. So I think if I cut right here and then come down with it and get rid of that down there, it should be able to clear. And it's like that on both sides. And since this still has the original shocks, when I go to hit a bump or anything like that, it just bombs out in the tires, which I'm pretty sure would have bottomed out with the other tires anyway, because the other ones were just slightly taller by like 1/4 of an inch. And I mean, there's like no rebound on this either. Because when you go to push down, it goes back up ever so slowly. So it definitely needs rear shocks. And I want to go with stiffer shocks on this. So if anybody knows of a company that makes stiff shocks for these cars, please let me know. Because I am not finding anything on these older Panther body Fords as far as suspension. Really hardly any parts go, really. But anyway, all right, just got done modifying the grill just a tad. So as I mentioned, I'm going to paint the headlight bezels, the grill yellow, and then I'm going to paint the bumpers black, as well as the rest of the chrome trim on the car here. But I cut the inner slats out, as you can see, and just left the vertical slats. Personally, I think this looks way meaner, but I'm sure others are probably going to complain, oh, you hacked up a original grill. I'm like, well, it's my car. You don't like it, sucks to suck. But anyway, yeah, I like it. I think it's going to look pretty good with what I'm going for here. So anyway, that's it. And until next time.